What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And the t-shirt and the dad clothes and the dad jokes didn't help. Still a losing day. 0-2-1 for us yesterday. Adam Scott, that rain. I got something to say about that here in just 1 second. Keegan Bradley didn't play poorly, but comparatively, he played bad, but comparatively did not come in the top 20. He had a shot at it, but he kind of played poorly down the stretch. And then the Dodgers and the Giants over 9. That pushed, so down 2.15 units on the day. So obviously a very bad week and a very bad weekend for us here on the Daily Juice. Took a big old sledgehammer to the overall record and the overall win percentage and units and everything else. So this is the summer swoon, as we can now start to call it for me here with the Daily Juice. And I haven't even left Vegas yet. Last summer, it was in July. This summer, it started in June. That's not great, but we do have an NBA Finals game tonight. I'll explain more here in just 1 second. And then I have a baseball play for us here today that I want to give you guys for the Daily Juice. It's Monday, only 3 plays. Not going to go overly aggressive, but they should have stopped play. When the rain was sogging the course out, I don't understand why the USGA felt like they had to get it in. Like, I understand that golf is very concerned about television, and they're very concerned about NBC, and they're very concerned about the golf audience at home, and ending the U.S. Open on a Monday is like worst case scenario. All the patrons, all the volunteers, I understand about all the issues and logistics that go into stopping a golf tournament and then restarting it. But when the rain really started to come down, it was 6:30 Eastern. Now, they claimed darkness comes at around about 8:50 at Oakmont. All right, let's just say 8:30 for fun, okay? The fact that the guys were out there and having to play their golf shots in standing water, and that even players like Scotty Scheffler were calling over rules officials and asking some very, sharp questions as to, are we going to stop playing? Because the golf course is soaking wet and there's standing water all over the place. And squeegeeing greens while we're on the green is probably a bad idea. So I thought the way that the golf tournament ended stunk. And I'm not trying to take anything away from J.J. Spaun, who was a great story, 150-1, amazing performance, 60-foot putt to win the thing, birdie putt, all that stuff. I mean, just great, okay? I'm in love with it from a movie standpoint. But, yikes, from an overall perspective of what this tournament looked like at the end, from a golf aesthetic standpoint, that was bad golf all the way around. It wasn't good golf. That wasn't fun to watch. That wasn't fun to watch in person. And it wasn't fun for the guys to play in it either. So I was really, take the bets out of it. Obviously, things didn't go well for Adam Scott after they stopped play and restarted. Things really fell apart for him. J.J. Spaun literally credited the stoppage for allowing him to get his life back together because he had opened up the front 9 with 5 bogeys. And then he had a chance to stop. It's like a rain delay in baseball, Things are going wrong. Or, an intermission in hockey. You get a chance to stop and regather your thoughts and then come back out with a new game plan and a new approach, and things can totally go different. And it did for J.J. Spaun after the weather delay. So I thought the golf course was unplayable. I thought it was unfair, but the USGA said, all right, everyone's playing in it. They're all playing in the same conditions. Let's go out there and see who's going to win the U.S. Open. I mean, it's only $4.5 million. What's that? It's nothing. Not a big deal. It's only one of the 4 majors in the world. So, again, another first-time major winner at Oakmont. We've now had 7 in 10 different U.S. Opens at Oakmont. 7 first-time winners. That golf course, it's really crazy who winds up winning that thing. So before I give you the picks for today, let me remind you, and this is kind of the last call here for our friends at Omaha Steaks, this is still available. The Father's Day special is still available. And I know it's June 16th and Father's Day was yesterday, but maybe you forgot. Maybe there's a dad in your life. Maybe there's somebody who's a father figure in your life and you forgot to get them a gift. Well, this is a cool way of saying thank you to them and acknowledging them even now after the fact that we are post Father's Day. And it can be arriving in a couple of days. And it may be something that's really kind of special and perfect for you guys if you're looking for something quick, easy, and convenient to be sent to someone. Maybe they don't live close by. Maybe they're far away, and you can go ahead and ship it to them. This is USDA certified tender steaks, burgers, and more at omahasteaks.com, delivering the world's best steak experience and guaranteed to secure your spot as either dad's favorite or a father figure. We talked about dads yesterday. The one thing I didn't mention, which I wish I did more of, was the fact that, in my opinion, becoming a father, that's biology. Becoming a dad, that's earned. And there's plenty of dads out there that are not the fathers of the kids that they love and care for and support. So the word father, to me, it's sort of a given. The word dad, that's earned. So you want to send dad something cool? Go to omahasteaks.com to give him the legendary Heartland quality that he deserves. Omaha Steaks makes it easy to deliver the unforgettable gift for the best dads in the world. That would be yours or someone in your life. And when you shop online or pick up in store, it's never too late to find that perfect gift. 5 generations of uncompromising quality from Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher since 1917. This Father's Day or just after, give dad the world's best steak experience with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for guaranteed perfect gifts that deliver legendary quality. And for an extra $35 off, use the promo code JUICE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, and the extra $35 off with the promo code JUICE at checkout. See site for complete details. Good stuff there from our friends at Omaha Steaks. Thank them for their support of the Daily Juice podcast. Okay, Game 5 tonight. I think you can use the Thunder in parlay pieces if you would like. I'm not laying 9.5. The money line's way too expensive. It'll be an in-game play for me at some point to take the Thunder money line or plus points, whatever it might wind up being. The big stat for tonight, the Pacers have not lost back-to-back games since March. Okay? That's a huge stat. And if they win here tonight and the zigzag theory continues, they'll go back home with a chance to win the NBA championship. I expect the best version of the Thunder tonight. I expect them to be completely locked in defensively. If you're asking me over or under, I lean to the under. If you're asking me, am I going to lay the 9.5 points? No, but I will be lean. I would lay something, 1-2 points, 1 possession or so on the Thunder. If it never gets there and it's a complete blowout, that's why I think the Thunder money line piece as part of a parlay, it's not a horrible idea to build. But when I'm cold, I don't parlay and I don't recommend parlays. We don't do run lines. Like, you're going to see a lot of conservative betting out of me this week. I'm not going to look to press my luck by any means. So I got 2 player props in this game. I think that's the best way to attack this officially. And then I'll give you the baseball play here in just 1 second. So what do? I go to the prop bet cheat sheet and I go and take a look at some of the things that it's recommending. And for the first time, Miles Turner is really being looked at here by the prop bet cheat sheet. Miles Turner rebounds. This is a 78% cover probability, which is tremendous. 36% expected value, which is nearly the highest it can be. 40 is the highest. And a 5-star play for Miles Turner to go over 4.5 rebounds here tonight. The best number on the board is at FanDuel. Over 4.5 rebounds for Miles Turner is -132. He has not hit this in the last 3 games. But game 1 at OKC, he flew over and he had 9. When we get late into series, rebounding becomes crucial. He's only had 2, 2, and 4 over the last 3 games. His rebounding props were set at 5.5 in all 3 of those games, and he went under in all of them. I do expect Miles Turner to be more active rebounding and less shooting for Miles Turner. He shot the basketball way too much in game number 4. From behind the arc, he was 0 for 6. 0 for 6. I think Miles Turner will play closer to the basket here tonight. I think that's what the prop bet cheat sheet is projecting as well, and I expect him to be way more active on the glass. Miles Turner over 4.5 rebounds at -132 for 1.32 units. Second bet, and I hate doing a bet on the same team, same props, but Obi Toppin is right here, and I think we're going to wind up betting 2 Pacers here tonight. So I think Thunder win and 2 Pacer props, but points and rebounds. This is a little bit off the prop bet cheat sheet. The prop bet cheat sheet actually likes points and assists, but points and rebounds hit last game, and we didn't bet it. He got 24. The prop was 15.5. He flew over. Actually, it was 14.5, and he flew over it. Got 24. This has gone over. Points and rebounds for Obi Toppin has gone over every game in this series except game 2, where he had 3 points and 5 rebounds. He wound up with 8. In game 1, it was 17 points and 5 rebounds. In game 3, it was 8 points and 6 rebounds. And in game 4, it was 17 points and 7 rebounds. This is only, according to the prop bet cheat sheet, a 12% expected value play. That's not great. It's a 4-star play, not a 5-star play, and a 61% cover probability. But again, this is where your eyes can come into play, and you can look at the recommendation and go, okay, it's a decent recommendation, not a great recommendation, but I think it's one that we can jump in with and feel comfortable betting on and taking because we've watched this game. We've watched how things have played out, and we've watched how it's all gone. So, in game number 3, the prop was 13.5, and he got 14. The prop's now 15.5. It was 14.5 last game. Last time it was 15.5. He missed it. He only had 8. So that's why the prop bet cheat sheet, I think, is not that aggressively recommending this because it's projecting 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's 2 more than the prop itself. But again, it started in game 1 at 12.5. Way over in game 1, then went to 15.5, way under, back to 13.5, just over, then up to 14.5, and it went way over. So just given the way that Obi Toppin has played, I think this is a good bet. Obi Toppin over 15.5 points and rebounds here tonight for us. That is a minus 120 play. So for NBA player props here for tonight, and I got to go ahead and change that out. Sorry. For tonight. 2 of them, and again, I lean towards the under, and I do think you're going to see a win for the OKC Thunder. But Miles Turner over 4.5 rebounds, and Obi Toppin over 15.5 points in rebounds here, minus 132 and minus 120. The one baseball bet I'm going to make, and look, I'm sure you guys would love to hear me rant and rave about Rafael Devers getting traded and why the Red Sox gave up on another generational talent, another homegrown star, get sent packing. This is not Mookie Betts, by the way. Okay, just my quick take on it. It's not Mookie Betts. Mookie was an MVP. Mookie was a guy who could play all over the diamond. Mookie was a team-first guy. Mookie was a leader in the clubhouse. None of those things are true for Rafael Devers. When the owner flies to Kansas City, Missouri to ask you to play first base because he's paying you over $300 million to be the face of the franchise and he needs you to take one for the team and you tell him no, the owner's going to look for ways to get rid of you. That's just modern sports, okay? Rafael Devers, I love him. He's unbelievable. He was a Yankee killer. Red Sox sweep the Yankees. Everyone's up and jumping up and down. Sox are over 500 again. 5-1 against the Yankees. Awesome. And they determined that Rafael Devers, their best hitter, is not good for their future. And the reason is they've got 3 young kids that are all looking up to players like Rafael Devers, and they're watching how he's handling business. On the contrary to the way Alex Bregman has conducted himself when he came into Boston, took the kids under his wing, wanted to coach them, wanted to be there for them, bought them things and showed them around and teaching them how to be a big leaguer. And Alex Bregman had been a Red Sox for 30 seconds. Devers, by contrast, became a big problem. And the Red Sox looked to remove that problem. We'll see if it was the smart move or the dumb move. Trading Mookie Betts has been the dumbest move of my life. Mookie's won 2 World Series, and Mookie's looking like he's going to be, part of more for the LA Dodgers. So this is not Mookie Betts, however. Rafael Devers is an awesome player, but at 28 years old, a guy whose contract with $250 million more on it is not going to age well, who didn't want to play first base, who wasn't a team-first guy, when you have 3 incredibly talented young players on the way or now with the big league club, yeah, it's a big deal. How to be a professional, really important, and the Red Sox decided to get out of that contract rather than have it being around their neck for the next 10 years. So I don't like it, but I understand it. And If the Red Sox go and add a first baseman and a power bat with the money that they have left over, because they've got $30 million to play with now for this season, and they go grab a rental or somebody long-term, okay, like they're not going to punt on the entire season. But the Red Sox weren't competing with anybody in the National League anyway. The American League stinks. I'll say it again. The American League stinks. The Tigers aren't that good. The Yankees aren't that good. Take your pick of anybody else. The Rangers aren't that good. The Astros aren't that good. Like, the National League is so much better. Giants, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Phillies, Mets, all better than anybody in the American League. Like those teams better than anybody in the American League. So it wasn't really about this year for the Red Sox anyway. It's about the future. So anyways, I bring it up because of the Dodgers. Guess who's pitching today? Shohei Ohtani is pitching. Now, it's only one inning, but I'm only going to bet one inning. Did you know that the number one team at home this season, to a nerfy, the LA Dodgers, Ohtani goes today up against Dylan Cease and the Padres. This is an awesome game. But the Dodgers at home are the number one team to the no run in the first inning so far in Major League Baseball. On the road, the Padres are the fifth best team in Major League Baseball to a no run in the first inning percentage. 66.7% of the time, no runs are scored in the first inning when it involves the Padres. Even higher for the Dodgers. Dylan Cease last two games, nerfy. No run in the first inning. Ohtani's chomping at the bit to pitch because I think he knows his stuff is good and he wants to throw. Be very surprised if Ohtani's not sharp. Be very surprised if they say, Ohtani, you're going to go 3 outs. Just go get us 3 outs. And he has a problem. Like if he struggles at all getting anybody out here against the Padres who have had their offensive problems, it's only -110. No run in the first inning. Haven't done this bet yet in baseball. We're doing it today. No run in the first inning. Padres and the Dodgers for 1.1 units. So our plays for today, Miles Turner over 4.5 rebounds. Obi Toppin over 15.5 points in rebounds, both with the Pacers, and a nerfy for the Dodgers and the Padres at -110 for 1.1 units. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.